Hello. What's up? Jesus, what's this powder on my shoulder now? Jesus Christ. It's stuck. Just some powder on my shoulder. Anyway, hello, guys. How are you doing? What a good Saturday afternoon. And I'm joined by Pitch Points. Carl, how are you doing?
Good morning, Patrick. I'm well. Early in the morning, I'm making breakfast for my kids, but
yeah, it's the morning. I keep forgetting that it's the morning that side. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Yeah. I'm making breakfast for my kids, but I'm here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, anyway, guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, just retweet, like the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead, subscribe. We're trying to get to that 3K by the end of the year. Today we're going to talk about Jeremy Frimpong. Is it Frimpong? I even spelled that wrong. I forgot to put my bad. I forgot to put the. Bear with me for a minute. Let me just put the P. My bad. Let's just put the P.
You know, Jeremy Frimpong and Jeremy Doku are from the same country.
Are they?
Yeah, Ghana.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait. Is he playing for Ghana though?
I don't think he's playing for Ghana, but they're originally from Ghana, both of them.
Yeah. We fixed it. The title has been fixed. I forgot to put the P in the Pong. Let's not forget that Jeremy Frimpong used to play for Man City Academy. That's where I took that picture. That's him in the Man City Academy taking pictures. But also we're going to talk about Bruno Guimaraes. These two over here, Carl, it looks like for the past few days, it looks like City are actually talking to their camps. But the one that has gone over the top a bit with obviously the links, a lot of reliable resources. I know Fab hasn't broken it yet, but there's some reliable resources from clubs like Leverkusen, and let's talk about like the Newcastle one. The breaking news that Bruno Guimaraes, some people are saying it's done. Apparently, it's going to be announced early June. City have already done the official proposal to Newcastle. I'm pretty sure Fab is going to break it if obviously the pieces fall right. And the other one is Frimpong. They say they're talking to his camp, trying to get him in. I think it's got a 30 something million. It is close. Both of these players, Bruno has got 100 million. It is close, and then Frimpong has got the 30 something. It's looking like good business. So we're gonna just talk about the players, guys, because every time we assign a player, I usually don't just come here and yap. I always want to make sure that what sort of player are we getting? What is he going to do to this team? What is he going to contribute to this team? I know what Bruno is going to bring to this team. Some people don't like Bruno. Other people have opinions saying we mustn't sign Bruno. There's better players out there. to be honest with you. Is there? I don't know, Carl. What do you think? I'm just asking people. Is there though? Because Bruno can play the 8 and the 6.
Yeah,
Bruno can play at the 8 and the 6, and him and Paqueta used to be a very good midfield, and that's the same midfield that ripped City apart in the Champions League. Believe it or not.
I don't know. I mean, you know me. I'm kind of skeptical on the guy. And what's he supposed to come out? Rodri replacement or Rodri help, or he doesn't play like
I think,
Rodri?
Carl, if you think about it, right? The thing about him, he plays the 6 and the 8. So I know that Kova
Unless
is
Pep
balling, but Kova.
is Pep the way we
What?
play next season.
What?
Right now, we don't play with an 8. We play with double 6 and a double 10. So what is he going to do?
Yeah, but if he plays the 6 and the 8, that means he can also play as the double 6. I just feel like because you've heard what Pep says about him, right? He says, I like Bruno. He's very aggressive in both boxes. I like him. He's very aggressive in tackling. He's very aggressive when there's set pieces. He said, I like him. He can pause. He says sometimes he can pause the game. You know, Kakao, how Pep loves the pause and everything. He says he can pause the game in certain moments when there's pressure to relieve pressure, and then he can make. This is what Pep usually says about him. He makes very clean tactical fouls when he needs to be, and he's a very smart player. So from these things, when Pep gives you this praise, I know he said about Nunes, and I think Pep was right about Nunes. By the way, it's just that I think Nunes hasn't had a place in this team because Kovacic is doing well, but. Carl, looking at a player like Bruno, I think it leaves a lot of pressure on Rodri because you've said it before that there's moments where Rodri sometimes takes the game to the opponent when he sees we're struggling, and Rodri is actually very creative, Carl. What if, I'm just saying, that's just me, right? Looking from the outside. What if sometimes, right, Rodri starts attacking like the way sometimes Gundogan used to attack, and then Bruno is the one who sits back and sweeps?
Yeah, I
Because
can see
Bruno
that.
is also a hybrid.
I
Yeah,
think
you
that,
know what I mean.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
if you watch some of our games recently, you see that Kovacic and Rodri are playing that role where Rodri is the more attacking one, and the Kovacic drops back to be the one who kind of builds a play from the back and becomes like a sweeper. So I can see it happening. I'm just open to it. I mean, my own perspective on all the transfer. You know, I hate transfer window. I hate.
I know you do. I know you do. I know this moment is the moment I like, and I know you don't like this transfer.
But I only like it when you're doing it because I think you do it more objectively than all these other clowns out there. But
Oh no. At the end of the day, look, I usually look at players. So you taught me this yourself, remember? So let's look at this guy. So here is Bruno Carl, right? His heat map was here. It's gone now. What happened? His heat map was literally here a few minutes ago.
Are you clicking click on like the name and the league, like the Premier League or whatever it is? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it was. There it disappeared. So look at that heat map, Carl. You always taught me that sometimes it's good to look at a player's heat map. Are you not impressed by that? That's
incredible.
Impressive. That's impressive.
The heat map tells you a story. It tells you a story of what the guy likes to do, where he likes to play, where he's most effective. And you can see right here, tells us right in the center of midfield, right in the heart of it, the beating heart of the midfield. Not to the left, not to the right, not to the forward, not to the back. Right around the center spot, near the penalty spot, near the center circle. Perfect. He reminds me of almost like a Fernandinho kind of heat map. Compare him to Fernandinho if you would. I think we can.
I think we can do that, isn't it?
Look at Fernandinho when he was in 17-18. Go to Fernandinho and type in the years. Look for the years 17-18 season Premier League. And let's see what it looks like.
17-18?
Yeah. You go to, I think it should wait to go to season. Can you see it?
There's this bar over here on how to change, but I don't know how to change Fernandinho.
Okay.
But you can just compare to Fernandinho in general. I think they're just comparing to Fernandinho in general.
Yeah, you can see they compare the pentagon right there to Fernandinho. See that they're very, very close. Almost mirror images of each other. You know,
he's aggressive, but it's good aggression. So if you see here, Carl, his strength are positioning, high pressing, and playmaking, and weaknesses no outstanding weaknesses. So you remember when we were doing this with Phillips, his outstanding weakness was, I think, playmaking. Remember, I think it was playmaking. That's what he was falling part of. But look at Bruno Guimaraes. You can also see, look at through the season, as bad as Newcastle are sometimes. Look at his points tally. It's always perfect. It was only the West Ham game. It was a 6.9, but overall, he's He's very good, Carl. 7.0, 8.1, 7.0,
Yeah.
7.6, 7.1. So he's a guy who he wakes up. Look, okay, maybe let's start comparing him to just people who are being done. Obviously, Rice beats him in the defensive part, isn't it? But creativity, he beats Rice in creativity. He beats Rice in technique. He beats Rice in at the top here. He also beats him down here. You see that it's also close. So he's not like he's very far away from Declan Rice. And obviously, we also have to compare to Rodri, which is unfair because Rodri is just another level, isn't it? That's the issue. But if you see this, he's not far away. It looks like a few tweaks, Carl, he can get close.
Rodri's another level, my brother. Rodri is
tackling Rodri is out of this world.
Rodri,
to be honest,
is a different level. Rodri is by himself. There's no one like Rodri. There's no one like. There is no one like him right now in world football. He's on his own. It's not fair to compare those two, but he's a good player. Guimaraes is a good player. I just want to see.
The other person people keep talking about is that Joe Neves kid. So maybe that's the one I brought in here. Again, creativity. It looks like Bruno is way better. Way better in most departments. The only thing is defending. Why are they saying this? I think defending is good. Why are they putting low on defending for Bruno? I think his defending is good. Is it this season because maybe Newcastle had been
go to last season. Check out last season.
Last season, isn't it?
Go to last season. If you go to the right,
here.
There
last season, last season is similar. I think they don't change anything. I think they have the things set. Okay. They have them set. I think they have them set. But Carl, obviously, before we go to Jeremy Frimpong, what are your feelings? I know you don't like these transfer things, but it looks like this is the guy who it looks like it's getting more serious with Bruno. Whenever you see those crumbs, isn't it? They look like Bruno is becomes because that Newcastle account, I was reading on it. I was trying. Remember, you and me, we always do investigations. I was looking at the Newcastle account. It never gets Newcastle transfer news wrong. And as he started with saying, "I have worrying news, Newcastle fans, my fellow Newcastle fans. It seems like City are serious about Bruno, and it looks like they've already spoken and put a four more requests." So, to be honest with you, I don't really see Bruno. Maybe it might happen. I don't really see Bruno saying no to come into Man City because he's
Bruno's not going to say no.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Next year there's a bigger Champions League, right? He's not going to say no. The whole Champions League changes next year. There's a lot of more games. Champions is going to play from September all the way through end of January next year because more games are going to be there. He's not going to say no. There's just no way he says no.
Yeah, can you debug this mentality? Because somebody was saying, "Oh, this is the reason why Rice never wanted to come to City because he knew he was never getting any game time."
Yeah, that's a foolish mentality. That's a loser's mentality. And what's Rice going to do this year? Win fuck all. Excuse my language, right?
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
It's going to win. Win the. That's a loser's mentality, right? You go to the winning team. I mean, Patrick, let me be clear. We're not competing against Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Liverpool at all. Competing against Madrid, who have Mbappe, Bellingham, and all these guys. You need to have better players on your squad, compete against them in Europe. Yeah. That's the level you're at. So all this idea of, you don't, no. Get the best players in. Find out how to use them. Because we're going to need them in all these competitions that we're playing. Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, and a bigger Champions League on top. And then you have a Club World Cup on top of it again, which is going to be like a World Cup format. You're going to go there with 16 players, with Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob alone? No. You need depth. At least 4 or 5 quality players who come in with the guys that we already have is what you need.
Yeah, you're right. So sign Paqueta. Patrick, it would be funny if Pep turned up wearing a sweater labeled 155 instead of getting triggered by 155. Just mock the people and they will be the ones offended by how unoffended you are. Yeah, that's the reason why I've just accepted it, because these guys keep using it as a stick. They're just losers. But guys, Bruno Guimaraes is one of the signings, and there's a lot of reports saying City. Some people are saying the deal is done. It'll be announced in June. Newcastle reliable accounts are saying there's rumors that City have started talking to his camp. If the player agrees to the terms, it's done. That Newcastle have accepted that Bruno Guimaraes might be going to Man City. Guys, are you excited about this? Because all of us have been asking for somebody to come in who's good enough defensively, who's good enough to substitute for Rodri. I know that it won't be 100% like Rodri, but somebody who's close enough. He's 26 years old. Are you happy that he's 26 years old? Are you happy that we're getting him at that age? Is that the age maybe you think it is? Because those rumors saying the reason why Pep Guardiola is looking at Paqueta and looking at Bruno Guimaraes, believe it or not, these guys used to be partners at Lyon. This was the midfield at Lyon. They're also partners for Brazil. Is because he's looking at 26 years as the right age for him right now. He doesn't want to go very young like the Joao Neves everybody keeps talking about. He doesn't want to go 18-year-old, 19-year-old. He wants somebody this age who's ready to take on the pressure. Adam, I'll send you the link in a few minutes, but don't come with that bad internet. Patrick, I don't think we'll sign Paqueta. Olmo, Paqueta are similar. That's true. We'll see. Maybe we might sign Dani Olmo. Now let's move on to Frimpong. When you've heard about this guy is 23 years old from Netherlands. He used to play for Man City in the academy, but things did not work out, so he went on somewhere. He can play, I think, as a right wing back, a right winger. He can play as obviously a full back. That's why he plays right. So his weakness is aerial duels. Heading is weak. Playmaking is his strength. Obviously, if you look at his heat map, Carl, he's very much at the right-hand side, very much concentrated, and he's very dangerous in the final third, as you can see, Carl. Now, Carl, Frimpong is not Walker, by the way, Carl. He is not Walker. So when you have Demi Frimpong, you will have moments where obviously he gets caught out. Obviously, sometimes he's not that defensive, but he is very creative in final third. We've been frustrated by one thing, Carl. I think you've also been frustrated the same thing, saying, why is Pep Guardiola putting Kyle Walker high and wide? Why he knows Kyle Walker, that's not his strength. So, Carl, as a City fan and somebody who's a coach, why is Pep looking at Frimpong now? Somebody who's very attack-minded.
Maybe because we figured out that this new Walker role with the 3-2-5 actually works. Right? That in order to get De Bruyne and Foden in the team, for creativity, the 2 10s, you need to have their fullbacks high and wide. And the protection of the three with Akanji, Ake, and Diaz solves that problem. So if you have that, all of a sudden, Frimpong can do that better than Walker, actually, offensively, really. His creativity offensively is better than Walker. Maybe that's the kind of player you need. You know?
Yeah, because him going up and down the pitch is great, but he focuses half the side of the pitch. So let's just compare him to.
He's really good, by the way. He's going to play the next 10 minutes right now, right? But he's a really good player.
He beats Walker in the attacking sense, technique, creativity, and all the like attacking. You can see attacking. He's 65. Walker is 44. Creativity, he's 73. Walker is 56. And technique, he's 67. Walker is 56. Walker only beats him in the tackling and defending side of things. You get it?
Yeah.
His defending stats are too low, Carl. Though, are you scared about that, or you're like, we'll find a way?
This is the problem. That's the caveat, right? How do you replicate Kyle Walker's defensive speed and coverage? That's the issue. It's always going to be. We'll see.
You know what? Let me do you a favor of somebody you and me have been asking for so long. There's the guy who you and me have been saying this is the Walker replacement, and guess what? It just shows he's a Walker replacement. Do you see the defending? 65. The defending is very high. Anthony Robinson. Obviously, he's a left back, but look at Anthony Robinson's defending. It's clear and off the charts.
Yeah, I know that boy's good. But he's left side, right? Now we have Josko, so maybe we don't need him so much. But he's Robinson is incredible. His recovery pace, decision making needs to improve, but his recovery pace is wonderful. Really.
He is. Let me also try somebody who obviously is from Girona. What about him? Why don't we give him a chance, Carl? Look at how balanced he is. Yan Couto. Look at him. He actually ticks most of the boxes.
It's another option. I'm looking. I'm sure he's on the list. I'm sure they'll make the right decision. I don't worry about Chiki and these boys. I think they'll just make the right decision. They've done so much for us that I think that whatever they decide to do, we'll be fine with it. I just want to watch the football.
Yeah, but you wouldn't you wouldn't be against Jeremy Frimpong, wouldn't you? Because
No,
you've seen the system. You've seen the system, and you know that the system. Like if Cancelo was here, I'm sorry, I know it's bad, but if that system, it looks like it would have suited Cancelo very well, isn't it? Because and that system works well with Ake and Akanji. Am I wrong? Because of that recovery speed and the way they defend.
this is why, Patrick, players have to be patient. Don't blow off. Just relax and be patient. Just relax and be patient. And
Yeah,
just
because this could have been Cancelo's fantasy, isn't it? This could have been him.
Yeah. Imagine.
Because imagine that game against Spurs. It's Cancelo getting those chances in the final third that Walker was getting.
Exactly. You know, and then you not play. Imagine if Cancelo was there. You play Cancelo at that wing back, Vardy on the other side. Then a back three of Akanji, Walker, and then Diaz for speed and coverage. So you have to be patient, man. Just have to be patient. Nice and patient. So, but it is what it is. We are where we are.
Yeah. So apart from Carl, I've seen Hung is here. Hung, we were talking about Bruno earlier on. Do you have any words to say on Bruno? Bruno Guimaraes, because it looks like it's the one that's getting close.
Yeah, what's going on, Patrick and Carl? Hope everything's all good. And Martin as well. For me, the way I see it with Bruno Guimaraes is that the release clause is there. And if City trigger it, now Bruno Guimaraes has to make a decision whether he wants to join or not. And if he loves Newcastle so much, there's no point wasting our time moving. But if he wants to move, City will make it happen. It's just Bruno has to do his bit as well.
Okay, grand. What about yourself, Martin? How are you doing, Martin? So we were talking about Bruno earlier on, and now obviously we're talking about Jeremy Frimpong. But we were talking about Bruno, saying we also looked at his heat map. I'm just gonna bring him here. He looks like sorry, not the Bruno from United. Look at his heat map right here. Let's not compare Jan to Bruno. Look at his heat map right here. He's done 7.7. Even Newcastle have been doing so bad, but he keeps a 7 point something above all the time. His heat map looks like he's good in both sides of the boxes. He's good in both the opposition side and the other side. Looking at all this, Martin, do you think this is the guy we've been missing? The fact that I think somebody was saying we made a mistake going for Phillips because Phillips is just a CDM specialist, but Pep, I think, has been looking for hybrids because Gundogan was a hybrid. It's good to have a hybrid because you know that in case there is opportunity for them to play the number 6 or 8, they can play. So, are you excited about Bruno? And what information do you know around Bruno yourself?
Jump straight in with the big one.
Yeah, because over the night there's a lot of big Newcastle accounts, right? Who seem they have admitted that they're hearing that maybe this guy won't be that player anymore. That by the beginning of June he'll be in a blue shirt. So I'm just saying, are you excited? What are you hearing on the streets when you park the car next to the Etihad? What are you hearing?
He's agreed personal terms verbally, is what the rumor was a couple of days ago. City won't trigger the release clause unless they know he wants to come, because it's a very straightforward deal. Bruno has got a little bit of soul searching to do whether he wants to come, I got told, but the news I'm hearing is it's all positive and it sounds like it's a go alongside Dani Olmo and Frimpong.
What's with this Dani Olmo thing? It looks like it's just come from. I know last year they inquired and they gave them a price tag, and the East close of 60 to 70, I think so. But Dani Olmo just seems has picked up fire within the few days. Is this bad news for my favorite player? Go ahead, Adam.
Who hasn't been cleared by the Premier League?
By the FA.
Yeah, they've got a time because when the FA charge you, they have a time limit that they can investigate on. You know, like do everything they do. I think it's roughly about a year. So when the Brazilian FA cleared him, the English FA hadn't. The English FA are still within their time restrictions that they've got. So that's why Paqueta can't do anything on a legal basis. But it looks like they're starting to come away from Paqueta now because he just will not be cleared in time and they will not take that chance. City are not going to do what Newcastle did with Tonali and end up with a player on a ban for 12 months. They won't do that. So it looks like the Dani Olmo one's an intriguing one because he has been of interest for about 2 years.
Isn't it quite funny,
whether,
Martin? Isn't it quite Martin? Sorry for cutting you. Isn't it quite funny? Me and Carl were talking about the fact that there was a report by Fab that the reason why he's looking at Bruno and Paqueta is because they're 26 years old. Isn't it funny that Paqueta is also 26? That he's looking for that age range because he believes that those are the ones that are ready to come into the team. Look at this again. Almost 26 again, right-footed. As Bruno.
There's no coincidence that. I mean, as Carlo said, the tactics have changed to this formation, and we're going for players that suit this formation very much. There's no coincidence within that.
So particularly, what are we saying? Dani Olmo, what does he... I'm sorry, it's just that, guys, I watch a lot of football, but I've never put focus on Dani Olmo. What sort of player is Dani Olmo? Who would I compare him to? Because Bruno, I was comparing him to Fernandinho. I compared him to Rice. I compared him to... So who do I compare Dani Olmo to? De Bruyne?
But is there a chance that this whole Dani Olmo is just a smoke screen? And what I mean by that, sometimes these guys will throw a smoke screen player up and let the rumor go around, but behind they're looking at somebody else, really focused on somebody else.
It's like a Ruben Diaz.
It very much may be that, I don't know, because there's not been a lot of info on Olmo. Olmo was sort of agreed on the backup in case Paqueta failed. Because what they don't want to do is what they did. Remember last season when we didn't get Bellingham, we didn't get Rice, and we started. I know some people call it panicking, but I just call it going down the list. Other people will call it panicking.
Yeah, it is going down the list. City are very organized. They don't panic.
But people call it panicking, don't they? And we ended up. Remember, we did something we've never done. We went very late in the window. We were still going very late in the window. The idea is they want everybody in ASAP. They want to get the business done as early as they can, and they're all going to America. Because the trouble is, they don't want to be negotiating with players while they're at the Euros or coming back from the Euros. Because then that's going to hold everything up. So the idea is get everything organised beforehand. Because the Bruno thing, I won't be surprised if it gets announced within a week or two. It's going to be that quick with one of them. I got told there'll be somebody in very quickly.
Martin, that makes sense. That's logical. Yeah, I see it.
I mean, I will tell you something that's planned tomorrow. I don't know whether you want to talk about that or not. There is a Bernardo Day planned tomorrow. People are taking Portuguese flags and whatnot. So yeah, it does look like sadly Bernardo may be gone. But
where is he going? PSG? Because Barcelona can't afford this man.
Again, if Bernardo's going to go, he's going to go to Benfica. That's where he's going to go.
Can Benfica afford the 50 million?
Well, the 50 million is a ceiling, not a floor. Remember, it's a ceiling, not a floor. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, by the way, City won't take a penny less than 50. It's 50 or bust.
Then he'll stay. He's not going to go to Barcelona or Paris Saint-Germain. What's he going to go and do there? Seriously. To do what?
PSG is something being talked about, Carl. I don't know why. I don't know what the interest is, but PSG is...
Carl. PSG, you must remember this now, Carl. Don't forget, this is not the same PSG. I know upstairs they are, but don't forget it's Enrique, and I've got rid of Mbappe, Neymar, and these big names. So if he goes to PSG, he's getting into that midfield, and he's going to play tiki-taka.
But Patrick, to go and do what? To go and win what?
He wants Benfica, doesn't he? Though he's been openly saying it.
What does the player want to do? The player wants to win things and compete. Bernardo's competitive. He's going to go to Paris.
Wait. Carl, why am I feeling sorry for Benfica? They just took 125 million from Chelsea. Okay, sorry, my bad. They have been ripping people off.
But what is? I mean, is the player going to go to Paris because what? His wife likes Paris. Is that why? Okay, fine. You want to go to Paris because he likes Paris, fine. But if you're going to win things, you ain't going to Paris. What we should be worried about is not Paris, is Real Madrid.
Yeah, that was another one who was talked about Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, they can actually come for him. Would he
Yeah.
say no? I don't think he would say no. Nobody would say no to Madrid.
That's what you should be worried about, right? And I know City Madrid relations are not very good in terms of the hierarchy. That's what you should be worried about.
Yeah, but we've been selling each other players, Carl. Let's not forget that we've sold Brahim Diaz, Dani, that Dani guy. What's his name? I forgot his
Who have we
name.
bought?
We bought that guy. What's his name?
Who?
I forgot his name. The fullback. Remember?
From Madrid?
Danilo.
Danilo. Don't forget, we've been doing business with Madrid.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is we've never been asked to do Portuguese flags at the end of bring them to the game and make a big fuss out of him. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's to get him to stay. I don't know. It's a weird one. I'm sort of
who's been after the club or just people just doing it by themselves randomly? Because they're two different things.
It's generally around certain groups, 1894, that sort of thing, Carl.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm just I wouldn't pinch yourself for me until I see it unfold. I'm going to take it with a pinch.
Yeah, but Carl, the guy put the East close for a reason. So maybe we never know. We'll see anyway. Because in the past, you and me used to defend that he's not going to go anywhere. But that time there was never a East close put in. Now there's one that gets activated this summer. I'm pretty sure there's somebody who's whispering in his ear, but we don't know yet.
My point of view is that I've always said that, in my opinion, if he's going to leave, he's going to go to Benfica.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think he goes to Paris or Barcelona. Now Madrid may come for him. That changes the equation. But I think if he's going to go, I think it's going to be Benfica. We'll see. And he said that himself. This is not me saying X, Y, and Z. He has said himself that's the club of his life. That's what he wants to end up going to. That's what he's looking forward to going to. That's where he wants to spend his 30s. This may be the
and Benfica have the money. Let's not lie. They have the money. Says big up, Carl. Cole Palmer says hi, Carl. Carl, how do you rate Chelsea 3-box-3 with Capoeira as an inverted fullback?
I will tell you how I rate them. They're at 8th. That's how bad they are.
No, that's 6 now. That's 6 now. That's 6. This guy, you and this AB guy go at each other every. Okay, Jan Kauto doesn't want to renew with City, hence Frimpong. I don't know. I just think I was just looking at Jan Kauto. Anyway, looking at this graph with Paqueta, looks like Paqueta actually has better stats than better rated creativity, attacking technique. Everything better than Dani Olmo, but Dani Olmo is very close. So maybe that's why they're looking at Dani Olmo as the close one, as Martin said. It is very close, to be honest. And if you look at his hit map, guys, look at Dani Olmo's hit map. Carl, he's everywhere on the pitch. The guy is everywhere on the pitch. So high pressing and playmaking, his strengths and weaknesses, not outstanding weaknesses. So we are getting a player who's very good everywhere. So he's not just good attacking, but he's very good at even helping in defense. I don't know about Dani Olmo, guys. Is this the same Dani Olmo that gets injured a lot? Or am I making a mistake? Or that's the Spanish guy from Spain. What is injury? How many injuries does he get, this guy? Is he that injured most of the times? Not sure.
I don't know. I've not done a lot of things onto Dani Olmo.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I said Dani Olmo, I've never put much heart into him or anything. But Jeremy Frimpong,
he's a Spanish international. He's a Spanish international, so
only Martin. The only time I've seen him, play is when in the Champions League. Other than that, I've not seen him play.
Okay, when you see him play, Martin and Adam, since you guys have put a little bit of focus on it, does he play very well? What is he? Because I have heard the name Dani Olmo. There was a point in time he was hot as cakes.
I mean, I've seen him play. I mean, for Leipzig, he's very, very technical. Likes to play in the pocket. Good on the ball, good vision. Not a lot of speed. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if he's really going to be. Because what does he come and do? Who's he play for? Who does he replace?
That's what I was asking. What is he? What is he exactly?
He's not a De Bruyne. I'll tell you this, Patrick. I will tell you this. Maybe Martin will back me up on this. I don't know. Maybe Martin won't. Right? But the moment in which De Bruyne left the field on last game and Foden was playing, the game completely just changed. I'm not putting down De Bruyne. De Bruyne is my best player ever, right? But there was Foden was able to kind of mix the play and pop up all over the whole field. It was weird to see. When you talk about Dani Olmo, where does he play? Is he going to be a De Bruyne replacement? Is he going to be with me? So I don't know. I don't know. But
it is a weird one. It is, and I fully do it. I think I was of the understanding he was going to sign an extension, KDB, but it looks like the possibility is KDB may go out the same year Pep goes out at the end of his contract. Well, I say go out, he'll go to the MLS, more than likely. But I mean, it's a weird one. It is a weird one because the understanding I've got at the minute is Pep's not going to renew. Pep and Cheeky are both going to leave at the end of next season. So that's why I'm looking at this window in a very intriguing way. Well, Bruno's really what Pep wants, so surely that would help Pep want to stay. But then you hear, the rumours of inside the club. This is not anywhere else. This is someone inside the club I spoke to. Is that the belief is Pep isn't going to renew, and Cheeky will go out with him, and so will KDB. It's going to be like a changing of the guard and a rebuild sort of situation. So are they starting the rebuild early? I don't know. Frimpong excites me. Bring the lad home. Didn't really want to leave City in the first place. I know why he left City because, I don't know if anyone's watched that interview of Frimpong when he was going up to Celtic and he was like, he told the driver to turn around. Didn't want to leave. And his brother was his agent, said, no, you've got to go for the good of your career. I know you've got friends. I know you love the club, but you need to go. So we can get Frimpong in. I'd keep Walker because I think you need that experience as well. To me, it's a very exciting window so far.
It is because even the window can also show who's coming in next as a manager, isn't it? Because we can have the same thing. Remember how we used to bring players that we knew Pep was coming way before, and maybe the window can also tell you that maybe even Pep wants Bruno, but maybe the next guy is also saying I want Bruno. Do you get my point? Like someone we might be saying, oh, why is Paqueta and Bruno coming at the same time? Because we can even ask the same thing as Paqueta. Let's say Paqueta walks in, Martin. We can ask the same thing.
Don't forget, you got Savio as well. You got Savio as well. Don't forget.
Oh, Savio, yeah, right, yeah. Is it maybe Girona manager? I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying, Patrick. For all we know, it could be the Girona manager or Xabi Alonso. For all we know.
You guys are worried about this stuff too much, huh?
No, it's not worry. We're just saying that you know how City where Pellegrino was.
No, here. I'm excited, Carl. I'm excited. I'm not worried. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, to me, there's no other club that will make sure we're in the right position. Because the thing is, now if you told me Khaldoon was leaving, then I'd be worried. Yeah, but while Khaldoon and Sheikh Mansour are there, I have no worry whatsoever.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried when Omar Barada went out the door. To me, they're just figures, if that makes sense. It's Khaldoon who does the running.
100% correct. 100% correct.
And of course we'd lose Pep and we'd miss Pep. But I'm not being funny. There's not much more he can do. Let the guy go and have his rest or whatever he wants to do. Thank you. He'll go down. He'll get the stadium named after him, a stand named after him, 18 statues, whatever they want of him. He deserves it. And I'll cry like a baby.
There's definitely to be a statue.
I'll cry like a baby. I'll cry like a baby when he goes. So, but he's given me nearly 10 years of something I thought I'd never see.
Yeah.
I can't thank this guy enough. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to make history. This is crazy.
It's insane, Martin.
Crazy. And I'm sorry, I'm going to pre-warn everyone. And excuse my language here, Pat. I'm going to be a shameless mother, all day tomorrow. I'm going to be so shameless at 6 o'clock tomorrow because I've got so many receipts coming back to everyone. I'm going to enjoy it. I am going to brag about our famous football club and how damn good we are. Because we're history makers come tomorrow.
There's a question for you, Martin. Is Bernardo Silva for Joao Neves still on the table, Martin? So that's what somebody's saying.
It's still floating around. It's still floating around, but Bruno looks like that's nearly done. So
yeah, you see, this is what I'm saying. I think that report about the age makes sense because Bruno and Paqueta 26 and then Olmo 26. I think it makes sense of the age. I think maybe Pep doesn't really want to go saying, let me leave an 18-year-old or 19-year-old. I don't know, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. You never know. As Martin says,
apparently,
we go down the list.
Apparently, I saw a report that the João Neves link is more say that the club want him than say Pep.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what I saw.
Oh, okay.
But
That happened.
it looks like Arsenal may be moving Bijou Neves. Arsenal have now got an interest, which tells you where they're at with Bruno.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. What about Hong? Do you have anything to say? I see you're on break. Well dressed and tacky.
Yeah. After listening to what
On
you guys,
Frimpong,
like,
what's your say on Frimpong?
do you know what? I'm excited about Frimpong coming home because I've watched him for quite a long time when he was in the youth system and coming through, and I knew he was such a good player, but I knew for a fact that he couldn't get game time at City because he had Walker, he had Cancelo at that time, and it wasn't difficult. And I think it was. And you know what? I have to give props to his brother for looking out for Frimpong in his career. He said, for the good of your career, you have to move in order for you to progress in your career. Now, look, he's one of the best right backs in world football at the moment as well. And you know, like look, Frimpong got asked like if he get offered the chance to come to City, he'll jump at the chance to come home, and I'm all for it. Bruno Guimaraes, of course, I back the move so much because if Pep wants him, then I'll fully support him. You know, after he's seen ripping up with Newcastle as well, and you know he signed that contract with Newcastle for a reason, to put a release clause because in the back of his mind he knows that from his perspective that Newcastle won't be able to play at the top level for a very, very long time because they played the Champions League this season and they won't play the next season. And you know,
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, they dropped off feel bad. And Bruno Guimaraes wants to play in the Champions League season in, season out.
26. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's 26 and he doesn't want to waste a year of not playing it. So it makes sense as well. And I think if Pep wants him, looking forward, and that may make Pep want to sign his contract renewal as well. But if he goes in 2025, hey, listen, I can't thank him more than enough. He's given me the best times of my life, and I couldn't thank him more enough. And you know what? Look, as long as Powdoon and Sheikh Mansour are still around, then I'm very, very happy as well. As far as Dani Olmo is concerned, like I'm gonna have to watch him very closely in his highlights for Leipzig, and you know he'll be at the Euros this summer, so I need to watch him more closely to get a good idea of what he will bring, what he could potentially bring to City as well, if you know the blue does
makes
happen.
sense.
But yeah, but I'm excited about Bruno Guimaraes and Jeremy Frimpong as well, and you know I think Jeremy Frimpong is the natural heir to Kyle Walker going forward as well because he is 34 this month, Kyle Walker, and he's not getting any younger, and his pace will slowly decline, and I'm not too worried about Frimpong when it comes to trying to recover pace and tracking back. I think with this new system, I think we'll get more protection as well from Rodri and Kovacic, and of course with
Or
the
if
centre-backs.
Bruno shows up with Rodri in that midfield, you're not really bypassing that midfield, you know. They will can help out, you know what I mean? And another thing, obviously, congrats to Phil Foden for winning Player of the Season. I'll start with you, Carl. What are your thoughts on that before we close up? Phil Foden has won Player of the Season. Some donkeys are going online trying to say Rodri deserved it. I know Rodri might have deserved it, but they're trying to push the narrative, saying, especially Arsenal fans, which is funny, saying Rodri deserves it. I think it's just a way to divert for the fact that Foden was well. But overall, Carl, young player of the season is Palmer. I think he deserves it. City Academy, another City Academy baller player of the season. Isn't this dreams for City? I think as City fans, we have to take this as a debut. Even though Palmer is at Chelsea, we still take it as a debut for both.
Absolutely, and that's a good point to make. That's what we need to do. Foden, Rodri, I could split it either way. I really could. But Foden got it, so I'm happy too. Palmer, player of the season, young player of the season. It is what it is. So congrats to him.
Congrats. What about yourself, Adam? What do you think? Foden, player of the season.
He deserved it. What more can I say?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a clean sweep. I think people, because there's this one and then there's the other one, isn't it? It's this one and the PFA one. Which one? There's another one, I think, so that comes in.
Yeah,
there's one that's voted by the
fans.
This one was voted by the fans, and then the next one is voted by players, isn't it? Am I right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's players and managers. I think.
Yeah, the PFA player of the year is voted for by the players. as well. And I think the Premier League player season is obviously brought by the fans. So Foden absolutely deserves it for me. I think
this is what I'm saying, Hung. That people say, "Oh, City have no fans," right? Okay, let's say this: City have no fans. Let's accept that narrative. So basically, we have no fans to vote for Foden. But the title that has been voted by fans, people are crying. Make it make sense. Now you're crying. You say we have no fans. That means it's you fans who voted, isn't it, Hung? It's your fans that voted for Foden. So you can't sit there and say, "Oh, he got lucky, he got favored." Well, you say City has no fan, has a small fan base, yet Foden won it. That means he impressed other fans from other football camps. I like to see the votes. They bring the vote percentages, don't they? I like to see the percentage so that people can get embarrassed. Because people thought that some guy from London who is named after food would have won it, but here we are. So, Hung, what were you saying before I cut you off?
No, it's Patrick. There's one brother that's from North London that's busy making advertisements for bloody Nando's sauce, and then you got another guy that's potentially going to win his 4th Premier League.
Allow Saka, man. Allow Saka. That sauce is good, man, and that's my company, so I love it. Anyway, Martin, Foden as one player of the season. What do you think?
Well deserved. He's won 2. Hopefully, he'll win the Players' one as well. It's just deserved. I've always said there's a difference between who's been the best player and who's the most important player. Rodri's our most important, but Foden's been our best. And I've always said there's a difference with that. Foden's been exceptional, absolutely exceptional. He's been allowed to develop in that midfield. He's finally been trusted in that midfield. I'm just over the moon for him. And by the way, ignore all these idiots who say we've no fans. Just ignore them all, because they're just idiots.
They just contradict themselves, don't they? You say you have no fans, and then
say you've got glory fans. No, listen. I'm going to say it. I don't care. Say you've got glory fans while I'm sat in Jordan. Explain that one to me.
Yeah, gas. So big up to the panel. Frimpong, Guimaraes would be huge signings. There would be Bruno Guimaraes alongside Rodri would be bomb. Big up the panel. Frimpong, I heard, was a Real Madrid option. Real Madrid is everybody. They want everybody. They want Davis. They're looking for everybody. Real Madrid. They even want Jan Gaucho, to be honest, from City. So big up to everybody, guys, who's watching. Like the vid. I'm gonna cut it short. I want Hank to go back to work. Kao has to finish cooking breakfast. Adam has to finish doing spaces and fighting with Arsenal fans. Martin, I don't know what Martin is doing, so Martin has to do what Martin.
I'm having a chill day before the madness of tomorrow begins. If anyone's local and listening, Ancoat Square, 12 p.m, and then we'll move to Mary D's around about 2:30. Get that atmosphere pumping, and then we get in the stadium.
Hey, Martin, why is this fraud Patrick always associating me with bad stuff? I'm actually a good guy.
Adam. Look at that. Am I wrong? That's what you're doing the whole day. Today you're off from work. The whole day I've been in your spaces. You are arguing with Arsenal fans and lying to them that they had a good season. I told you they didn't have a good season. Me and Carl agree. I don't know if Martin agree. They had momentum, and they were a more dangerous team. They had to come to the Etihad and not do what they did. Am I wrong, Martin, to say that? What they did at the Etihad is showing that they were not man enough to go and get rid of the king. Because when City wanted to get rid of the king, what did we do, Martin? We beat Madrid 4-0, didn't we? Won the Champions League. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm just saying.
I'm not. Listen, Arsenal have been good, but City have been better. I've seen too many obituaries written of Manchester City this season. Too many lies. Too many BS. We've done exactly what we've done every single season. Arsenal are very good, but they're not Manchester City. That's the simple fact of this. They came to the Etihad. They wanted to low block. Fine. 27%. They wanted. Arsenal are too bothered trying to win battles. When Arsenal want to win the war, have a chat with me.
Thank you very much. And that's where we close the whole stream, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of transfer streams. A lot of them. I'll just be shameless, Martin, this time. I'll just do every transfer. When I have nothing to do.
I am being so shameless tomorrow. Tomorrow, 6 p.m, we lift our title. Telling you now, I am shameless.com, and I do not care.
Don't get too excited.
Hey, Martin, I've got to hit this, and you probably, Martin, I've got to hit this, and you probably, me and you, we probably have one person in common, a certain Arsenal fan. You probably know who I'm talking about.
What are you saying?
No, I said Martin knows who I'm talking about. I've got to hit this. Yeah, there's a certain Arsenal fan. Yeah, the whole season he's been talking utter shit. And
Belgium.
me and Martin are gonna kill him. Yes, Belgium.
Has he had another bet? Has he had another bet?
I don't know, but this guy will end up going bankrupt.
Yeah, but you know what's making me laugh, Carl? Do you know what's making me laugh, Carl? Liverpool fans told all these guys the story, and all season Liverpool fans have been writing tweets saying, "Arsenal fans, this is Man City. These guys are sharks. They will let you enjoy like this, and they will break your hearts at the end. Keep cool." So it's quite funny. I just find it exciting anyway. Those are politics. You know what makes me laugh? Pep Guardiola, Carl. What is Pep Guardiola is actually the man people keep talking about. That this guy is a sick man. That he sits there and says, "Cow Dung, it's fine. Let's continue giving them a choice. Let's continue give an opportunity." I think he is. I think he sits there and plays around with them because Carl, Martin, Adam, and Hong. How many times have we said as fans say, "Pep, come on, why are you playing this lineup? You know we're gonna be in trouble with this lineup," and he does it, and he doesn't do anything. He just sits on the bench like this. I think
Patrick, he dicks around with his own fan base. Never mind anyone else's. He dicks around with his own fan base.
I know. I think this man enjoys this. Now I'm starting to think this man is a sick man. He enjoys this because I wouldn't doubt it if Pep had popcorn watching Klopp's interview from yesterday. Did you guys see Klopp's interview? Klopp said,
you know, it's like Patrick. It's like, you know, when you dangle, Patrick. You know, it's like dangling a piece of meat to a lion. That's what Pep is doing. He's somewhat dangling it to the rival fans. Say, come and get it. At the last minute, he's gonna get it. That's the thing with Pep.
Yeah, did you see the interview?
He's a bit deceiving.
I don't know if any of you did, but did you see the interview with Klopp? Klopp says, I can't do this anymore. That's what he said. He's like, I can't do this anymore. Then Carl, he makes an example. He's like, I was in the room with my family watching Leicester City versus Man City. And then before the company go, he says he was actually coaching from the couch, telling Brendan Rodgers, obviously from the TV, saying, "Why are you doing this? Why are you not pressing? You press." And he says he hated Maddison. He says, I hated Maddison. Obviously, it's not personal, but I hated Maddison because Maddison was supposed to press at that moment. He let company go. And then so when I sat there, I was like, "Oh my God, this Pep Guardiola has destroyed this man." Did you hear what he said? He's like, I used to coach from the couch.
I saw he's really taking him out. I heard that.
Yeah, it's he done that. Is that Maybe
I've got to shoot, lads. Enjoy tomorrow. Big up the Blues. Big up everyone.
Yeah, man. Be shameless. Man. I hope you do a stream from the stadium. Charge your phone. Bring a battery.
Pep, yeah, he will mentally power bank here. But you know, he's with Pep, yeah. One thing with him, yeah, he will mentally drain, yeah, his rivals. And a good example of that is Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he did.
The guy Jurgen Klopp is absolutely freaking.
But I understand Klopp because Klopp tried though, guys. 197. He lost once in the league. And you still don't manage to lift it. So, big up to Klopp. I give him his flowers. But at this point in time, we're just going to cut it off, guys. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like the video. If you're on Twitter, retweet. Don't forget to also subscribe to Pitch Points. We're streaming at the same time right now as we speak. But guys, have a great afternoon. And Adam, you can go back to throwing Arsenal fans and comforting them. And Hong, enjoy yourself at work, man. And Carl, enjoy the breakfast. I hope it's great. Send us pictures of that breakfast, Don't just lie that you are cooking. We want to see the cooking skills. And big up to you, everybody. Big up to you. Thank you.
All right, take care.